friends, and welcome again to another Wuthering Waves video. In this video I'll be showing you every recipe, how you can unlock it, and how can you obtain it, and how you can level it up so fast. I did a cooking guide. I will be showing you that in the description down below, so you can click it and have all the information. It's valuable information if you want that, so it will help you progress in the game. So first of all, there's a lot of things that you need to understand in here, especially in this cooking shop. So we have panhua in the cooking shop, which will help us unlock many recipes. If we wanna go and cook and check the cooking, there's the ingredients tab. If you click on the ingredient tab, there's ingredients that you need to make the higher level dishes, which will help you a lot in the game. One of them is this sauce that you wanna make. Now you need to talk to Uncle Wei, to talk to Jiangsu, and to talk to Chempei. Where can you find them? Where is Uncle Wei? So Uncle Wei, first of all, is if you click your map and you go to the forging or the synthesizer, let's go here. So this is where you find him. Here where he is, you go and talk to him. You don't chat with him, you don't buy anything. There's another button that you click to talk to him about the recipe, and then it will be unlocked after the dialogue ends. Now the other one is Jianchu, which is this one, the souvenir shop. Also, you go to her and talk to her about the recipe, not a normal chat, and it will be unlocked for her. And the last stick is at Chempei. Chempei is here, where you give him all your relics, and this is the main source of your recipes. The golden boxes that you unlock or you discover in the areas in the map, and you go and unlock them, you're gonna upgrade and enhance your levels with him every time you give him. Plus, he will give you Rover points and Rover tier materials, so you can unlock many copies of your Rover in Spectro and Havoc. He will help you a lot here, so you can also deliver the quest items and he will unlock it. So you can go and talk to him, not only for that, to get recipes, but also to unlock this specific recipe from the shop or from the cooking, so you can go and cook more recipes. So that's the three main things that you need for that dish, the sauce. Now we have the other main one, which is the most important when you level up, which is the clear soup. How do you get them? First of all, you talk to Panhua. Panhua is beside you. She's the owner of the cooking shop, so you talk to her. There's Mahe, Uncle Lee, which needs a trick to talk to him, and I will tell you about it. And you need Coco also, which is the pharmacy. So where do you find these? Panhua, you talk to her immediately. She's beside you. Mahe, Uncle Lee, and Coco. So Mahe, he's right next to you. You jump to the other floor, and he'll be there. And there's a lot of things. He's the most important guy for you to buy the ingredients from to make the higher recipes. So there's a lot of things that you need to buy from him: flour, rice, salt, sugar, beans, other kind of stuff that you need to buy from him to make the other recipes for the crit rate, the attack, or whatever you want from the golden ones or the legendary ones, let's say. So you can go and talk to him. Also, not a normal dialogue, it's the dialogue that talks about the recipe. You click it, it's the second button, and you're gonna unlock this. Now Coco is the one for the pharmacy. I think this is it. This is the pharmacy, of course. You can go and talk to Coco. Also, there's ingredients that you can buy from Coco's that would help you a lot in the questing and in many other aspects. Also in the synthesis, if you want to go and synthesize some other things. Now the last one is Uncle Wei and Uncle Lee, and people are telling me they can't find Uncle Lee. So if we go and check, I think Uncle Lee will be here. As you see, here's Uncle Lee. Now sometimes he's not present, he's not here. How do you unlock him, or how do you wait for him to see him? You just simply clock on your timer, and you go all the way to 6 a.m. He comes from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. I think. So you can go and move your time. Where is it? 2 days? Why 2 days? I want only tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. So you click that and you confirm, and you go to the other day at 6 a.m. At 6 a.m. he arrives, and he leaves I think at 9 or 10 a.m. something like that. So he will be there, so you can go and talk to him and unlock the recipe, and that's it. You'll unlock the soup. The clear soup is the most important soup in the game right now for you as an ingredient, so you can cook the available dishes, the higher tier dishes that you need. And when you unlock these two ingredients, it's super easy. Now for these ones, you need to go and buy the recipes. As you see, it requires sugar, it requires oil, and it requires, I think, vinegar. These ones, you can unlock them, you can go and buy them actually just by going to Mahe. Mahe shop have every single ingredient here. And here is the same. You need foul meat, which you go and clear mobs and get it, especially the green cows that you find, the mutant ones. You can kill them and get these. Also salt, oil, and chili, you can get them from Mahe shop, and you can make this one. Now, why the hot potato base is really good? As you see, I unlocked every recipe except the crispy. The crispy you need to unlock with Chempe, the one that you give them the golden boxes or the golden relics that you find in the map, to unlock it to the maximum so you get it. And it will increase the defense for all resonators by 50%, which if you're playing somebody that benefit from like Tauke, this will be helpful. For anybody else, you don't care about this. We're playing on in higher stages, the bosses one-shot us anyway, so you need only attack, crit rate, and crit damage. These are the most important things. So this is the one that everybody likes, and this is the most important one. Now, yes, the Maokai is super important, and there's where you click and get the hot potato. I told you how to get it, and you get the ingredients from Mahe to make it, and all of the other ingredients are collectibles from the map that you can go and collect at super easy, and you can make the crit rate goes to 28%. A common mistake, always use Shishia when you wanna make this dish. You can change it by clicking this small button. If you use somebody else, you will not get the bonuses. Get it with Shishia because this one goes to 30%. I will show you in my inventory, and I will show you right now actually how it looks. If you didn't unlock it or you don't have it, it's in my backpack, it's in my food. So the normal one looks just like this one. No, where is it? Where is it? Did I use it? I didn't use it. So this is the Maokai, the normal one, 28%. And if you get the biggest one, which is, if it procs for you, it will be the Champion's Hotpot. It will give you 30%. So it's with you and your luck. There's a small percentage that it will proc for you, so you can get 30% instead of 28. 30%, 2% rate will allow you to get to the 100 and above 100%. But the good thing that I will be talking about is other dishes that you can stack with this. So it's not the most important. You can get crit rate from different sources. You can use two dishes at the same time. I'll be talking about this and how you can get many buffs as much as possible while you're doing your quest. The most important dish in the game so far is this one, I think. No, not this one. This one, the Mori pot, and you need to use with it Verena. Why Verena? Because instead of getting 40% an attack rate, you're gonna get 44%. And this is the hardest one because these fungus or the fungus that you need to collect is from the world, and you can buy them from Mahe as well. And I think you can buy them from Coco. I'm not super sure about that. But how do you find this? You know the green big trees that you find, the big trees that you can climb. It has many branches, and especially in the tree that you can go and fight the white gorilla or monkey in the world. These fungus grows on these trees, so you can go and farm them. As long as you see a big tree, just mark it on the map with a star or whatever, and you can go and farm these. Now it requires clear soup as well. You're gonna buy all the ingredients from Mahe. As you see, it tells you Mahe grocery, and here you can make it as well, the hot potato, or buy it completely from Mahe store. This is why Mahe store is so important. Also, you can make as much as possible from it, and you're gonna get the 40%. And when you're using Verena, you'll get the 44%, which is absolutely fantastic for your progression. Now, moreover, how do you max your chef level and you don't use the most resources available for you? It's easy, it's simple. First of all, you're gonna use this one. Now, make the 300 out of 300. Don't exceed that. If you cook more, you don't get more proficiency. There's a cap for proficiency, 300 out of 300. Every dish gives you 10 proficiency with the green ones. The blue ones give you, I think, 20. Let me see something I didn't max. Yeah, 20. And this one will give you a total of 40. And this one will give you 60, which I maxed actually because it's available for me. So you can do this one, and this one is the easiest for you to do, the skewers. You can do as much as possible because there's an achievement if you ate 200 dishes by the end. So it starts by 50, 100, 150, then 200 dishes, and you're gonna get all your asteroids from there and collect the achievement and do the completion achievement for your achievements overall. So yeah, do this every time it's off cooldown. I eat one, plus it's 100 attack. At early game, this is super beneficial for 15 minutes. Mid game, late game, you need the attack percentage increase, so you don't care about it that much. But as you go in the like, you never use it for bosses. You're gonna use the 40% for bosses. So what are you gonna do with this? Every time it's off cooldown, just eat it until you finish it. Now these other pies are also good. You can make it, as you see, I didn't do this one because I didn't need to. I didn't do this one, I didn't need to. Now this at the early game, this is super important because it allows you at level 10 to go and defeat the bosses that are level 2 or level 3. I think you can put it shit to level 3 because it gives you a raw 1000 points in HP, which is massive. Your HP will not be 1000 and you're gonna get a 1000 buff, which is super good. Or it will be at level 20, it will be at 2000, 3000, something like that. 1000 would be amazing for you. So you can do this. I didn't do it at the early game because I didn't think about buying this from Mahe. It's also in Mahe's store. I think this is the tea. Yeah, this is the tea. So keep that in mind. The other ones, just buy them. I mainly did what I can change with my characters. So if you check, like here, Tao K 400 out of 400. Why I use her? Because she will give me a buff. So crit rate 22%, it goes up to 24%, which I still have the dishes, which I will show you in my bag. It goes to 24%. It will help you a lot for 30 minutes. This is the good crit rate that you want. You don't want to okay, so don't do the biggest one, the Maokai. You don't need it. If you have a crit rate of 80%, and you will get there, trust me, you will get to 80%. You can use this dish to get the 22 to 24%, and you're gonna be at 100%. You're gonna crit all the time. The most important one that you want, if any dish that gives you crit damage buff, which we don't have sadly, or give you attack buff, this is the most one that you want because it will maximize your damage versus bosses. Now this one gives you HP. You can use Jianchin. If you don't have Jianchin, don't go and do it. I did it because I have her, so I have the points. It will proc me more, but I will never use anything related to max HP. This one also for max HP, which I did because it gives me the most points. It gives me 600 points, and I can max everything else. Now this one with Shishia, this restores stamina. It's really good whenever you're flying and you're running out of stamina and it's a long way, or you're swimming, or you're grappling, or you're walking walls. You can just go into your back and pop this, eat it, and it will give you 80 stamina. Now don't use Shishia with it. This is a bad thing to use Shishia. I don't know what's it. This is a bug. It's bugged in the game. I will show you. So this is how the dish looks, the big dish for it. If you're gonna go and check my backpack, and if it procs with Shishia, it will give you one lesser than this. So let's check it in the backpack. This is the small one that it gives us. It gives us 8 stamina. If it procs with Shishia, it will give you one that will give you only 50 points. So it reduces the points of stamina. I tested it in game. I thought that, oh, restores 50 points of stamina. It means more points. And it doesn't work for some reason. I think they will patch it, or I hope they will patch it or something like that. Because it needs the proc to give you 100, not give you a less of 50. So don't do that. And again, use every other character. It will buff your rates on them. So as you see here, I have crit rate on 30%, while it should give me, I think, where is it? It should give me 28%. Plus also the 40%, it will give you 44% if it procs more. 44%, every single 1% is really important for this game. And as you see, this one I was using it to just finish my chef levels. It procced, it gave me one for 28%. It's the same ingredient. Now, talking about buffs, as you see, I have a buff of attack on myself. Now, how you can go and do like 3 or 4 buffs at the same time? Attacking buffs are the crit rate and the attack. They don't go together. If you want an attack buff and a crit rate buff, you need to eat a dish that has crit rate and buff and attack buff at the same time, that buffs them together, which we have dishes for that. But if you want to buff your attack, you can't buff your crit rate at the same time. If you want to buff your crit rate, you can't buff your attack at the same time. You need to keep in mind, you need to pick between crit rate or buff to buff these. Now, if you want to go defensive buffs or any other attack or elemental buffs, you can go to your backpack and we're going to check this out. So I use this for my attack buff. If I use this for my crit rate, it will show me another symbol. So it shows swords, and it shows swords on me. When I use this one, it will show me the element of the spectro or whatever. So if I use this, and they have 5-second cooldown, if you want to change it, it will show me that I don't have an attack buff as well. If you want to go and check, my attack now is at 1200. My crit rate went up to 72%. So if I go and eat the attack again, so if we go and do this, here we go, we ate the attack and I got 1300 in attack. My crit rate has been removed, the buff from my crit rate. Why did it go away? Because both of them are considered and offensive buffs, so you can't use them together. What kind of offensive buff you can use with this is something like this, the Spectro Patrol, or it's the bag that you do go to the synthesis and you synthesize this material and you get 15% bonus in Spectro damage. And I'm using the Spectro Rover, so it gives me Spectro. Now if you're using the Havoc, you can do the Havoc. There's blue, green, and there's purple, and there's the golden one. The golden one will give you a bonus of 40% or something like that. It's crazy. So if I use this as well, I can go back outside and see that I have double buffs. One for the Spectro, one for the attack, because it's a food and another synthesis item, which is not a dish. So here it's not a dish, it's a kit. This one, it says it's a dish. Now, the thing about these, there's other consumables that you can drink them, not eat them. If you use the healing one, it will heal you as well. So if I want to use this, it stacks with them. So I click use, I use it on my Rover. The life is full, please confirm. Yeah, I will use it. So if you use it, you're gonna go and check. There's a third buff, which is the healing one, which will heal my Rover. Now, that's stacking the buffs that you can use in the battle. So you don't want, I'm showing you that you don't need to worry about removing the buff of the food. If you use this or use this, and you want to heal, you can have all of these buffs at the same time. Now, does defensive buffs stacks on top of our attacking buffs? Yes. If you want to use the defense or the HP one, the one that boosts HP, I don't know. This is one, the max HP. You can use it. So if I use the defensive ones, it also works with the same buffs that we have. Let me check something. This is I don't want to use this one. So all party members defense by 12% and max HP by 10. I can use this and I gain 2 buffs actually from one plate, and it will show you here. So my HP is up, my defense is up, and the healing bonus is ticking. My Spectro damage is up, and my attack is buffed. So I have the full buffs. And this is where I tell you, be careful for what you cook. You don't want to cook the one that gives you only defense or the one that gives you only HP. The best thing to go with is the dishes, same as this one, that gives you defense and max HP at the same time. That can use them for 30 minutes, which is absolutely nice. Even if it's small, it will be helpful for you to not get one shot. Some bosses, there's mobs that they spawn, and you don't want to get one shot by the small bosses, or you're focusing on the boss and you're dodging. You're a skillful player, but sometimes they cheese you with a small minion that will hit you and kill you. And if you don't want to do that, you can avoid this by having a buff on your defense and max HP, so you can swap to your characters, heal a little bit, play defensive, and then go and clear that stage. Plus, on the attacking one, I highly recommend using the attack one. The attack one is absolutely fantastic, especially if it procs to 44%. Crit rate, you're gonna get it to 70% no matter what if you roll on echoes. You can keep rolling on echoes to get that 70%, 80%, and it's possible. I did it on my characters. You can get it to 80% crit rate. Plus, if you have the weapon, it can go to almost 100%, or it will go to 100% without using food. You can go to 100% on your crit rate. If not, 90%. It depends on your luck, because sometimes you roll 7.5 crit rate, sometimes you roll 6.3 crit rate, which is the lowest, I think, or 6 is the lowest, I don't know. But 6.3 is the lowest so far that I got. The highest is 7.9 that I got. So keep that in mind. It's depending on your crit rate, also what you get, and the characters. So somebody like Jian Shin, if you're gonna go and read her skill tree, I upgraded it to check my values. Her crit rate at 50%, I didn't build her gears. How is that? Because if you're gonna go and check her trees, as you see, 0 skills. I have 1 copy of her. On her tree, she has an increase in attack, increase in crit rate by 1.2, increase in crit rate by 1.2, and it goes up to 2.8 and then to 2.8. So she increases her crit rate by her own with her kit. And also, during the combo rotations, many skills that when you're doing the combo rotation, it will increase your crit rate, which is absolutely fantastic. So keep that in mind. You don't want to mix that up. You want to get as much buffs as possible. Now, if we get a golden dish like this that will increase the attack by 30% and crit rate by 12% or 15%, that would be awesome. That would be the dish to go for. So you'll have 6 full buffs on your team when you go and fight, or at least 5 or 4, whatever you get. But make sure that you can use it, especially when you're fighting holograms. This is the way you want it to look. Now, of course, if you took a hit and you don't have a healer or a buffer, and you want to use HP, you can use that kit. As you see, it will keep helping you and giving you regeneration. This is all about that I needed to talk, how to unlock all of the chef materials or all the recipes, how to stack buffs. And yeah, I hope this helps you. And if you have other information, please notify me in the comment section so I can add them or talk about them in other videos. And yeah, that was it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, I thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.